The Chancellor lays down the law at the Christian Democratic Union Party headquarters, after which everyone there is completely beside themselves. I just received information directly from the grassroots. Things are boiling and bubbling there. The left, yes, they are now also putting forward a candidate for federal president. And I have a video for you all that should really give us something to think about. And that goes for everyone out there, how we're being treated and how much we're actually still worth. And last but not least, an Afghan teenager, 19 years old, is doing an internship at the school and is acting up. Well, let's just let him hang around second graders after he harassed a teacher. No joke, but that part only comes at the end of this video. I am absolutely shocked by what's happening here again.
Well, my dear needy ones, unfortunately we have to make the meals a bit smaller on Thursday. Because unfortunately your bandage truck also needs to be refueled, and unfortunately it's a diesel. And since our wonderful government can't manage to sort out the environmental tax and the carbon monoxide tax and the fuel tax and the value-added tax on the tax and the tax on the other tax and the tax on the tax, instead of lowering them somehow, they just point fingers at each other and say, you're actually to blame, and claim that some wars on the other side of the world are the reason why everything is so expensive. Yeah, if things stay this way, I'm really sorry, my dear people, my dear homeless friends from the Hamburg district. Unfortunately, we won't be able to give you as much food as we would like. We would love to, we enjoy doing it, and we will continue to do so. But, well, it has to be a bit smaller.
Did you actually know that if you subtract the production costs, meaning what the oil really costs, the oil companies make a profit of 20 cents per liter? And the federal government gets 1.15 euros, and they tell us that antitrust laws need to be tightened. So yes, regarding this topic, just think about who is really being deceived here. By the way, YouTube doesn't like it when I give you a concept as a gift when I look for something for you. I would be really happy if you could leave me a like and a subscription to help this channel grow again. And for those who have done that recently, thank you so much. I noticed that especially the reach of those who normally don't get these videos is increasing. And those who are believers and keep commenting below saying, yeah, but that's not true at all. Well, just follow the channel a bit more and you'll see that these aren't conspiracy theories, but that I just like to talk about the future a bit.
Spoiler, Chancellor Merz sticks to the firewall against the Alternative for Germany and puts European People's Party chief Manfred Weber in his place. Weber denied any structural cooperation, but Merz and Christian Social Union chief Söder condemned the actions of their Christian Social Union colleague. Such contacts must be stopped.
So, and now comes the shock. I scripted this a bit for myself. The phone call drags it out for me, so I'm just glancing over it a bit. Yes, it's nice that the Chancellor says that, but other countries see it a bit differently now, because they really want the migration turnaround. And for example, there's Finland, Petri Orpo, then in Latvia, Evika Selinya. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Luke Frieden and Luis Marcello. Yeah, Montenegro, so I hope I pronounced all of that correctly. But they're not happy about this strong statement and say clearly like Friedrich Merz should mind his own country. And if he doesn't have the Social Democratic Party under control, then they'll just keep doing politics the way they think is right. And even if Markus Söder might have a heart attack, they don't care at all. But now, internally within the party, in the Christian Democratic Union, the whole thing has flared up again, that they need to get the Social Democratic Party under control. Let me ask you, does anyone in Germany actually believe that the Christian Democratic Union could get the Social Democratic Party under control? By the way, they were against it. Why they got the votes from the Alternative for Germany, just as a side note, next clip, and I have a bit more for you.
We're currently in a super election year, and for the Union, especially the Chancellor, it's very important to make it clear that the firewall will remain in place. No matter how good the Alternative for Germany's results may be in these state elections this year, we just experienced the election in Baden-Württemberg.
Yes, and Ulf Kristersson, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, from Sweden points out, yes, but we also have elections, and if we don't make an effort, they'll just destroy us. And we also need to slowly regain ground. We need to support this government again. And we don't care at all whether you have a firewall in Germany or not. It's all complete nonsense anyway. Either you get it sorted internally in Germany, in the federal states, either the Social Democratic Party agrees, or we will continue to vote with the Alternative for Germany. We don't care at all. And just like that, I'd like to see how Manfred Weber explains that in the next few days. But that was before the press conference by Miersch, who already told us yesterday, yes, they're sorting it out. And Manfred Weber wouldn't be his contact person either. Not at all, by the way. A quick addendum, the Sweden Democrats, who by the way support that government there, still see the Alternative for Germany as a bunch of leftists. Who, I just have to say, doesn't want to make policies for their own people but is too pro-European. I just wanted to mention that because that's something they keep saying in Sweden as well, and Sweden is really going after Friedrich Merz. But for some reason, that's always completely ignored by the German media here. I really don't know why.
Harsh criticism of the left-wing politician Gregor Gysi, and it's coming from his own party, of all people. After his comments about anti-Semitism in the party, the Federal Working Group of Migrant Left accuses him of promoting racist narratives.
It's pretty stupid when your own Stasi turns against you, isn't it? I actually find that extremely threatening. The left, mind you, now want to put forward their own candidate for federal president. I'll just show him to you briefly. I'm a bit worried this could be seen as bodily harm. If he shows up, I'm leaving. No, I'll just say no. I'll say it 5-10 times. No, I don't want that. I deliberately showed you that clip. Of course, he's not going to be a candidate for federal president. I just wanted to show you how crazy they are. So, internally, there are some dealings among the left, but I hope no one will agree to that. By the way, there was one more thing I want to share with you. In Düsseldorf, yes, there was a young intern at an elementary school, and first this young intern harassed a teacher. And then, hold on tight, this is no joke, he was then let loose on 2-year-olds, where he pulls down his pants and then pleasures himself. And after that, first the police showed up at his house and took away his phone. This is no joke. I showed it to you. So, if we've gotten to this point here in Germany, then we have some serious problems. And if that's the case, and you can feel free to read the article, yeah. And if that, becomes a habit here, then the presidential candidate from the left is definitely no longer the worst problem we have here.